Brother Andrews of the Life Doctrines, bringing my wisdom, bringing some of my words for this week. I don't even remember the dates. Been so busy. I know we're getting close to Christmas. My son is home from college. He's a physics major, nothing but A's and B's. So I'm happy to have him home with all that is going on with young African American men and just being out and about in the world. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want to talk about that. One of the things that is coming to mind for me as I'm getting ready for 2017, which is really just a continuation of 2016 and 2018 into the future, is having that drive and having that energy to want and do more. A lot of times when my friends call me, if they call me and I'm at home, I'm in my weight room working out, or in this room working out on the rower on the treadmill. And one of the reasons why I work out so much, or like to just train and do it so much, is because it's that pattern and habit of one, taking care of myself, but it just forms a pattern and habit of doing something that sometimes you may not want to do. Some days I don't feel like working out, but I have to do it. And then there's often times where I try to figure out, or not even try to figure out, I decide that I want to work out in the morning versus in the evening, or whatever workout I had planned to do this body part versus this. This might be a leg day, and I might decide to just do a chest day or do a shoulder day. And I like to change it up like that because the world throws things at you to change you up. Here recently, my wife's organization, one of her managers who has elevated her expertise in her field, and she's in the banking and finance field, and one of her managers is leaving, and her whole office was upset or disappointed and at a loss. And as she was telling me about it, I could feel what she was saying, but I couldn't understand it, because I've never had a relationship with a supervisor or manager where if they left, it affects how I was going to do my job or what I needed to do that day. And I think it's quite remarkable, and that says something about the gentleman, I'm not going to say his name, that says something about him, or what kind of leader he is, what kind of role model he is, what kind of teacher he is, and what kind of mentor that his staff, his complete staff, and him announcing that he's going to leave and go on to bigger and better things because the organization failed to meet some of his demands and give him more responsibility and opportunities, that his staff is feeling at a loss. So it just hit me that I've never had that. I've worked in places where a manager who was great left, and it changed things. But because I've been working since I was 12 years old, my first job was working in a dry cleaners, pre-spotting clothes, and then I worked in fast food, worked at Jack in the Box. Then I worked for the county government for a while before I went to school. Then I went into mortgage banking, worked at an attorney's office, and I always had part-time jobs. I've always done things on the side, never early on thinking to start a part-time business. Worked in mortgage banking, worked in supply chain, and now I'm doing some entrepreneurial stuff, as well as working with fitness organizations and fitness companies. Also, I'm hazard certified, so I know how to inspect hazards to be shipped on any type of vessel, from ship, plane, to truck, to whatever it may be, whether it be batteries, paint, fire extinguishers. I know how to inspect them and make sure they pack correctly and have the right paperwork and ready to go. So I get opportunities to do that for some warehouse company where they'll bring me in for 25, 35, $40 an hour just to look at packages that need to be shipped. And for me, it's one of those things of using every skill and what was the word I'm looking for? Everything that I know how to do intellectually, any skill that I have, I try to use it all, as well as everything I learned in college. I mean, I don't get going to college, spending that amount of money, having student loans, and not take what you've learned from school and apply it somewhere. So I try to apply everything I learned at Morehouse, everything I learned, get my M.B.A, everything I learned with the Six Sigma, and as a certified trainer and being around athletes most of my life, I try to take all of that and use that in the mode of teaching. My phone is ringing, and who is it? It's the Vapors. My ringtone is the Vapors, Biz Marquee. But anyway, it caught me off guard. I don't know who that was calling, and I'm not going to edit that either. I'm just on a mission. I was a general manager at a particular gym, and the owner didn't put any money into marketing, didn't put any money into the equipment, and it was a good lesson for me on running a fitness facility, because I have never run a facility. All I've ever done was train, one-on-one training, and to this day, some of the employees or some of the individuals that are still there are kind of calling me and asking me, hey Glenn, do you know how to do this, and do you know how to do that with that particular part of the system? And I'm not trying to be evil, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I deleted any note or any kind of connection to that organization, because once I've been someplace and it didn't work out, I move on. I don't go back, I don't look back. And the other part of it also too is I'm trying to stay in positive spirits. The law of attraction is that you need to have positive energy around you. You need to be doing positive things, and even something that's negative, you need to flip it to a positive. And that started off as a great situation, and it was a great thing because I learned a lot. But that individual was quite negative and had negative energy, and it's 2016, getting ready to go to 2017. That's over and done with. Don't talk to me or ask me anything about that facility, because I'm done with it. If you wanted my expertise on running that gym, you should have paid me more money, kept me around, asked me, hey, whatever the case may be. But if you weren't doing the things you need to do in your gym, and now you ask me all these questions after the fact, no, I'm done with you. I'm done with that organization. I'm done with those individuals. So I've moved on. So having said that, one of the things, I just had a conversation with a good friend about that facility who still trains clients within that facility, and just like I told him, this particular conversation and this piece I'm doing now is about individuals who are negative. Don't waste your time and energy on anything that's negative. I teach my son that, I teach my daughter that, I teach my wife that, and I follow suit with that. I'm trying to keep it all positive. I've seen and been around enough negative stuff. I don't want anything negative in my house. I don't want anything negative on my land, on my 40 acres and a mule. I don't want to be around negative people in any organization I'm doing business with in that day, or I don't even want to have clients that are negative. I had one young lady who was telling me about all the issues she was dealing with from a fitness assessment standpoint, and then she was going to go on to tell me what she was going to do and what she wasn't going to do, not based on any ailments or any kind of abnormalities or modalities or issues she had with her body, but it just dawned on me, I don't want her as a client. Because she's not going to do the things that need to be done in a positive way to get gains, to be successful, to lose weight, to lower body mass, to get in shape. She's negative. And that right there just cut that relationship. And that was a good lesson going into the future of when you're doing business and you're dealing with individuals and you vibe and their energy is negative. You know what? You have to make a decision. Do you want that negative energy in your life? And if you decide to do it and you find out later they're negative, don't delay in separating yourself. Don't delay in moving on, because all it can do is bring down your spirit, bring down what you're trying to do, and at the optimum end of everything, they're occupying your time. And that's one of the things you do not want to waste is your time. So not only do you not want to be around negative people, you don't want to be around negative people wasting your time. So with that, I know this was kind of a short, brief one, but I think going into 2017 with everything that's happened this year, despite all the negative crap, it's going to be all about positivity. And for me, in my world, and everybody around me, all I want is positive energy. And if you're not bringing positive energy, you need to give me 50 feet, period. So this is Glenn Andrews, just bringing you my words of wisdom, a little bit of my thoughts. I know I kind of jumped around a bit, but got to keep it positive. Got to keep it positive and push that negative crap off. So this is Glenn Andrews, the Life Doctrines. Comment below, subscribe below, and hit me up with some questions. And I mean, I saw on Facebook real quick. I saw on Facebook where these young men was talking to some older men my age. I'm in my 50s, and not connecting to them while I do it on a personal level in my community. So this is my way of doing it. So if there's some young guys out there, even some old guys my age, hit me with some questions, because I have some stories and I probably have an answer. So this is Glenn Andrews, the Life Doctrine, signing out.